Hello, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share some of my viewpoints on my dispositions and some of the ones that we share with Grand Canyon University. I'm going to be helped today by my lovely daughter Ava, and she'll be reading the questions to us, so I'm ready whenever you are, Ava.
What dispositions do you possess that you think will make you a successful teacher?
I feel for me, one of my strongest dispositions is definitely dedication. I am committed to the profession of education and learning. It's definitely knowing that I'm a lifelong learner and that there's always more to know. I'm kind of goofy like that. I'm excited to learn, and it's something that I thrive on. So I love the dedication that I bring to the table and the positive attitude.
What dispositions do you need to work on before you enter the classroom as a first-year teacher? Provide an example of how you plan to uphold these dispositions in the classroom.
I love it. Thank you so much, Ava. Professional conduct is definitely going to be an opportunity, I think, for all first year teachers. Timeliness, attitude, all of the different scenarios that go into professional conduct. For me, one example of that would be when I was subbing recently. We had a flood. Our house was flooded out, and I still had to show up to work that day and give the students the education that deserved, regardless of anything else going on inside the classroom. I brought 100%. I was there to teach. They were there to learn, but by the end of the day, it taught me a whole lot about following through with lesson plans and not letting anything else sidetrack you. So I definitely displayed professional conduct that day, and it's always going to be an area of opportunity and growth as I continue to develop as an educator. Thank you. Next question.
How do the dispositions demonstrate your ability to understand other cultures, genders, and learning differences to build stronger relationships with students and families? How do potential bias affect teaching?
Yeah, for that one, I really liked the GCU disposition of fairness. And in their words, it says educators help students to behave in ways that promote equality among them and ensuring that all students are treated in a manner consistent with the golden rule. I have 3 children of my own, and I have told parents before that I'm going to treat their children like I treat my children. So I'm going to definitely display every characteristic of giving them the opportunity to learn and expecting the best back from them. In that, I'm going to try to restrain against bias. One example of a bias would be when I was subbing long-term at a school. I did have teachers inform me of a student always being late. Now, when that student was late, they said he interrupted the classroom and it was inconvenience. For me, the way I dealt with it is when he walked in, I started high-fiving him and said, "Man, I'm so glad you could make it." After a while, he was excited to be in my classroom, and he went from being a bottom performer to one of the top performers. Had I let that bias that they reflected back on me be a part of me, he might have not been able to achieve the level of success that he did.
How do you anticipate using feedback from your annual performance evaluations, observations, and data on student performance to adjust your dispositions and teaching practices to benefit learning?
Well, I'm definitely going to use reflection as an opportunity to grow daily. I'm going to look back throughout the day and use that as what worked, what didn't work, and try to improve throughout the day. I use feedback as a positive, and it'll help me develop my teaching strategies. I'm going to be going pretty much with the model that instructional decision making is based on the proactive concept of early assistance. So if I'm able to take any feedback from evaluations and use it before it becomes an issue, that'll definitely help me become a better educator and help my students grow and learn and be successful. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Have a great day.